So chapter 4, As a Man Thinketh, is the book Thought and Purpose. Until thought is linked with purpose, there is no intelligent accomplishment. With the majority, the bark of thought is allowed to drift upon the ocean of life. Aimlessness is a vice, and such drifting must not continue for him who would steer clear of catastrophe and destruction. So it's very important कि जो भी हम thought को attention दे रहे हैं, it is very crucial also to see that we are giving attention to those thoughts which are linked to our purpose. And what do I mean by purpose is basically what is it that we are actually looking for? What is it that we are actually desiring from that thought? Because as we talked about it earlier, thoughts बहुत random आएंगे. There's so many thoughts in a day. There's a thought every second, every 2 seconds there's a thought. But not necessarily you will give your attention to all thoughts. So जिस thought को आप attention दे रहे हो, वो attention आपको एक purpose से define होके करनी है. कि what is it that I am looking for and what is it that I am desiring in life. A lot of times our biggest confusion is, when you ask a lot of people, चाहिए क्या तेरे को? सब कुछ चाहिए यार. And when it comes to money also, they will be like, बहुत पैसे चाहिए, बहुत पैसे चाहिए. And if you ask them, अच्छा कितने, can you define it? नहीं. So it's very, very important and crucial to exactly define and make your dream list. I don't know how everybody has that, but this concept of making that dream list is very nicely explained in the book Magic, and we shared it in other books as well. So just define कि मेरे को, what is it that I'm looking for in terms of my health? What is it that I'm looking for in terms of my career? What is it that I'm looking for in terms of my finances? What is it that I'm looking for in terms of my relationships in life? What is it that I'm looking for in terms of my own personal desires as an individual? So उसको define करो. फिर जब आप उस पे manifestation के through thought की power को, that when you start using that power of that seed of thought, then you need to be very, very focused and clear कि ये मेरे purpose के साथ, मेरी dream list के साथ जल रही है कि नहीं जल रही है. You can't just go walk into a restaurant and just say to the waiter, I am hungry, serve me food. Then you're going to get what the waiter wants you to get, not what you desire to eat. So when you walk into a restaurant, the first thing you ask is, Bhaiya, can I have the menu? Because you want to know what is it that I can order in order to be more clear. And whereas when it comes to manifestation and when it comes to the powers of the universe, anything that you can think of is on the menu. Anything that you can think of is on the menu. And it's only that it's on the menu, that's why you are able to think. And accordingly, आप restaurant में भी menu के आधार पे अपना order place करते हो. Give me this dish, one plate, 2 plate, 5 plate, whatever is your, the selection and the quantity. And that's similar to when we are working with the universe. And the menu is so vast, it covers each and everything that you can think and conceive of. और वहां पे आपको order place करना है by giving that particular thought or that particular seed of that thought which you've selected from the menu, and then give it your, water that seed, work with that thought, give that thought your attention, give that thought your power, your energies, so that that gets manifested into your reality of what you are seeking for or what you are desiring for in your life. Because अगर आपके पास एक क्लियर कट क्राइटेरिया नहीं होगा ना कि मुझे चाहिए क्या या what is it that I desire, then whatever you get in terms of thing, आपको उसकी accomplishment की वो value में कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा issue रहेगा. But for example, you had manifested any small thing or a big thing, and once you get that, then you realize, oh my God, this works. The power of my thought works. And I'm not saying that जब आपको लाइफ में कुछ मिले आप उसको डिस्करेज करो या नहीं यार ये तो मुझे चाहिए ही नहीं था. नो, you need to be thankful in the basic sense of whatever is happening in your life, because it is a manifestation of yours, probably from the past seed that you have sown. So कभी भी जो आपके साथ हो रहा है उसको ओपनली समझने की कोशिश करो कि मुझे उसमें क्या सीखना है. If that does not gel with you the way you want it to be, then it is better you try to understand what is the lesson in it for me, rather than condemning that what is happening. But today you need to make that clear cut criteria of what is it that you desire, and then work accordingly and work with the power of your seed of thought, so that you are able to achieve and realize what is it that you are exactly desiring in life. It can be in the area of money, it can be in the area of relationships, it can be in the area of health, it can be in the area of your personal career, your business, your personal desires, anything. But it's very important to define what exactly is that we are desiring, or what exactly is that we are now, ready to manifest in our life. It's like a personal commitment when you write or you make your dream list in terms of all these different areas of your life. It's your personal commitment that, okay, this is where I want to do. And I'll share a very small personal example. I remember when I first made my dream list in 2019 or 20. In my personal health, it was, I want to meditate for 15 minutes a day. And I shared it with a lot of people, I guess. So it starts with as simple as that. I want to start exercising 10 minutes a day when it comes to your health. When it comes to money, just start manifesting small money. I want to have, say, 5 lakh rupees in my account. I want to manifest this for, money for this thing. Whatever is it, पहले उसको लिखो. Because जब आप उसको लिख रहे हो, the concept of how what you write works is these two fingers, the tip of these two fingers are actually connected to the subconscious mind, which is directly connected to the universal consciousness. So when you write things down, at least, for the people, I'm not talking about star kids, people born after 2000, all the people who were born before 2000, we are not star kids. That's a different DNA, it's crystalline DNA. But जो हमारी psychology है, उसमें ये दो finger points के जो tips है ना, they are actually linked with our subconscious. So whatever you write gets registered more. Remember in school, even if you did something wrong, the teacher used to make us write. That same exercise is not being done in school these days because it does not work now for these kids. For us, it works, and it had worked at that time. So write, send that message across to the universe. So आप एक thought की power दे रहे हो, words की power दे रहे हो, और writing की power भी दे रहे हो, so that your subconscious power is also aligned with that thought and what is it that you actually desire from that. They who have no central purpose in life fall an easy prey to petty worries, fears, troubles, and self-pitying, all of which are indications of weakness, which lead just as surely as deliberately planned sins, though by a different route, to failure, unhappiness, and loss. For weakness cannot persist in a power evolving universe. So अगर आप बगैर देखे निशाना लगाई जाओगे, there is no guaranteed result that ये फिर तो तुक्का है, लग गया नहीं लगा ना सही. Because once if you are not clear with what is it that you desire, you are actually going to, very easily fall prey to all the negativities around. How it works is, when I am focused in life that this is what I desire, or that particular individual, if we're talking about, this is what the other person desires in his life, and he is, thinking on those lines, having those thoughts, and giving those thoughts his attention, his power, his energy, everything. He's watering that thought accordingly, so that that manifests in his life. But अगर हमने वहां पे कोई सीड ही नहीं डाला, तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर किसी और ने वहां पे कोई सीड डाल दिया, तो गलती से हम उस थॉट के पीछे चले जाएंगे, एंड विल स्टार्ट वाटरिंग दैट सीड, स्टार्ट गिविंग इट आवर अटेंशन. So at the end of that, we are the ones who's going to be, thinking that, यार, why am I so anxious? मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? Because when we do not have a focus and we are not clear in terms of what is it exactly that we are desiring in our life, we are actually putting in the seed of living a life of not being consciously aware. Because once you made a decision to lead a life to be, or to lead a life of being consciously aware, उसमें आपको particularly हर एक thought पे you have to be conscious, you have to be aware. Yes, Manthan. Wow. Chutti time? Okay. Can you do that after the class? I have a class. Thank you. Great. We'll do it after the class. So what happens? Let it be. I'll put it. So जब तक हम एक life of, till the time we do not get ourselves to lead a life of being consciously aware of ourselves, of our thoughts, and of what is it that we need to give our attention to. जब तक हम उस प्रमाइस से नहीं जाएंगे, हमारे माइंड में रैंडम थॉट्स आते रहेंगे, एंड वी विल नॉट रियलाइज that we are actually now, watering the seed of being fearful, watering the seed of, inviting troubles in our life, or watering the seeds of feeling anxious about whatever is happening in our life. Because once you are clear that I want to be consciously aware of my thoughts and consciously aware of what thought or what seed thought is it that I want to nurture, or I want to grow, or I want to water, then only we will be able to, be on a journey which is being focused and very importantly being consciously aware. नहीं तो random कुछ भी आएगा, हमें पता नहीं लगेगा. We are just with the flow, we will go from one thought to the other thought, and we will not even realize where we are and what is it that we started thinking and what is it that we started doing and we ended up doing somehow probably the total opposite of what is it that we had originally thought of. So focus is very important, because in life everything is about awareness. Till the time we are not aware, till the time we are not consciously aware, हमें realize ही नहीं होगा कि क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है. To have that realization कि मेरे साथ ये क्यों हो रहा है, किस लिए हो रहा है, मुझे इसमें क्या सीखना है, what is it that I need to do right now in order to, get whatever is it that I am desiring. It all comes from focus, and it all comes from being aware of what exactly am I doing right now. Because जो मैं आज कर रहा हूँ या जो जिस सीड को मैं आज पानी दे रहा हूँ, that is actually what is going to be manifesting in my reality in the future. So coming from that premise of being aware, of being conscious of things, that will, help you get more closer to whatever is it that you're desiring in life. बचपन में नहीं बोलते थे you should stay focused on your goal. What is being focused on your goal? Is being aware. पहली चीज गोल क्या है, एंड सेकंड चीज उसको अचीव करने के लिए मुझे क्या क्या करना है, और उसको अचीव करने के लिए जो जो मुझे करना है उसके लिए मुझे, अगर मेरी थॉट नेगेटिव जा रही है तो मुझे उसको कैसे चेंज करके नई थॉट लेके आनी है. सो जो भी ये सारी की सारी जर्नी है ऑफ वर्किंग विद योर थॉट, वर्किंग विद योर पावर ऑफ थॉट, the entire journey is of being consciously aware. And I don't say कि it should be a goal based life, because somehow on a very personal note I always feel anything which is goal oriented or accomplishment based is always driven from the ego part of the mind rather than the actual soul. So but yes, it is very important to have a target, yes, that's the target, that's the ideal I want to be, that is where I desire to be. And wherever you are in the journey, every step will have its own benefits, every step will have its own beauties, every step will have its own charm. So wherever you are, have your eyes on the focus, have your eyes on the goal, but enjoy right now as well. Because अगर हम खाली goal focus में चले जाते हैं, it's nothing but ego gratification. So yes, an ideal is very much definitely required, but everything should not be just achievement based. Everything is about enjoyment. And the journey of being consciously aware is about enjoying every moment consciously with full awareness. And that is actually what it means by being in the now, in the present moment. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. I open the group for discussion. What is legitimate? Because this is one word which can, everybody will have different meanings. So what exactly do we mean by, legitimate? For me, like for example, for a terrorist to kill people is legitimate. That's his business. For a thief to rob people, stealing is legitimate. That's his business. But for a normal human being who's not into war, not into crime, killing is illegitimate, not acceptable. Stealing is a bad virtue, not acceptable. So the definition of legitimate, or illegitimate will vary from person to person. And please do not hold or, judge the other person based on your set of rules, whether it is legitimate or not legitimate, because you don't know what is driving his purpose. But हर एक बंदे की लाइफ में ये चीज समझना बहुत जरूरी है, whatever you feel is legitimate, it will make you feel light. And if anything you feel is legitimate, but is making you feel heavy, there's a question mark there which you need to check. Whether now, is the same thing legitimate to me as per my current scenario or not? So legitimate in itself for the entire human species would be different depending on person to person. So don't get into that judgment and that comparison. But whatever is legitimate for you, you need to be very, very clear that it should make you feel lighter. And if it does, definitely you are, on that path of being legitimate to yourself. Because वो जो conversation है और वो जो एक scenario है आपका आपके साथ, you with your own mind, nobody is aware of. That's the world's most guarded secret. And it's only when you decide, you let go of that secret. Otherwise, that's the world's most highly guarded secret, which nobody else has the key except you. So always be true to yourself. और उसमें हमेशा अपने आप में ये समझने की कोशिश करो, whether this thing is making me feel heavy, then there's a question mark there. If it's making me light, at ease, chill, all is going good. But nobody else can make that decision for you. And you cannot, and you should also not make this decision for anybody else, that this is legitimate for you, you should do this, or this is not legitimate for you, you should not do this. Everybody will have a different scenario. Definitely very clear, there are laws which need to be respected. So whenever you are in doubt for that, whatever the law says, yes, that's the law of the land, that's abiding. But for other things in life, other than, which are covered under the law in your day-to-day, just go with that experience of whether the same is making you feel heavy, or whether it's, increasing your breaths per minute, per second, or per whatever number of breaths per minute, if they're increasing, it's making you feel heavy. But if it's giving you that calmness, you're at ease, it's, not affecting your breaths, rather it's, increasing the number of breaths per minute, in a good space. He should make this purpose the centralizing point of his thoughts. It may take the form of a spiritual ideal, or it may be a worldly object, according to his nature at the time being. Whichever it is, he should steadily focus his thought forces upon the object he had set before him. He should make this purpose his supreme duty and should devote himself to its attainment, not allowing his thoughts to wander away into ephemeral fancies, longings, and imaginings. This is the royal road to self-control and true concentration of thought. Even if he fails again and again to accomplish his purpose, as he must until weakness is overcome, the strength of character gained will be the measure of his true success. And this will form a new starting point for future power and triumph. So जब हमने उस focus से, with whatever is legitimate in our purpose, and we are feeling at ease, then when you are, working with that thought, you need to be very, very clear that, it will have a lot of experiences, whatever is it that we are desiring at that particular thought which we are working for, you will experience a lot of things. You will experience the full rainbow when it comes to, when you're having a journey towards going from destination A to destination B. But उस time पे हम how we are behaving, because for example, the first hour of whatever you were thinking, कुछ ऐसा हो जाता है that you are, you feel very bad about things. Now then, what is the choice available? Either you plant a new seed of negativity, give it power, give it attention, or you just stop, take a pause and look back. Okay, kahan pe gadbad hui? Analyze yourself and then again water that original seed jahan pe aapne kiya tha. So whenever you hit a block where you feel things are not going the right way, that's a very clear cut criteria for you that there has been something in your seed which is bothering you from realizing the fruit. और उस टाइम पे अगर आपने अपनी डायरेक्शन बदल ली और एक नेगेटिव सीड डाल दिया, so then again, that tree is going to give its fruit. But if at that time you go back to that original seed and then see where is it that, some corrections need to be done, or what manure needs to be added to that thought seed, so that whatever is it which is happening right now, I need to work. See, it's a very clear cut criteria. अगर मैंने सोच लिया मुझे ये चीज करनी है, and I am clear, this is what I desire and this is what I want to do in life, and it's a legitimate thing, and my entire system is at ease. So the moment I hit the first block, जहाँ पे things did not happen the way I expected them to happen, क्या thought जाएगा? यार ये हो ही नहीं सकता, नहीं 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 छोड़. That's one perspective. The perspective we need to focus on, okay, I acknowledge this now. It's not happened the way it is. Where is it that we need to work on? Or what is it in that original seed that there is some kind of a weed which needs to be plucked right now, and whatever is that required spray that needs to be done to that original thought seed so that we are back on track. और जब तक हम इस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू और इस फोकस से चलते रहेंगे, believe you me, you will always find what is it that needs to be corrected, or where is it that the attention needs to be given more, so that the results are in line with whatever exactly is it that we are desiring or dreaming for. Because जब हमने वहां पे एक नेगेटिव एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट करके गुस्सा हो गए, and not for a momentary glimpse but for a longer duration, so that in that duration that negative seed got implanted of that negative thought, that's the issue. That is what we need to avoid. And again, linking to what we are doing right now, what we were talking about earlier, when we are consciously aware of whatever is happening around us, we will be consciously aware whether we are, implanting that negative seed, or we are analyzing ourselves and trying to remove the weeds from the original seed and give it the right nurturance required at that point of time where we have faced a block in terms of our complete journey of that thought creation to the actual manifestation in your own reality. Those who are not prepared for the apprehension of a great purpose should fix the thoughts upon the faultless performance of their duty. No matter how insignificant their task may appear, Only in this way can the thoughts be gathered and focused. And resolution and energy be developed. Once this is done, there is nothing which may not be accomplished. The weakest soul, knowing its own weakness and believing this truth, that strength can only be developed by effort and practice, will, thus believing, at once begin to exert itself. So जब जब वो blocks आएंगे, it's nothing but our test in the real life of what is it that we need to do. और ये सारा का सारा जो concept है, कि जब तक हम practice nahi karenge, and that practice is of being consciously aware of everything that is happening with us. Because once we are not consciously aware of that original process of creation, which starts with that thought, anything and everything will happen. So that practice of working with that thought is how the entire creation of your reality is going to be manifested in its true self. और ये practice से ही आप कर पाओगे, because what you are and who you are right now is a nice set of practiced beliefs, conditioning and programming over the number of years you have lived here on planet. So अगर उस पुराने प्रैक्टिस को जब तक हम अनडू करके नई प्रैक्टिस को और नए प्रोसेस को, विच इज ऑफ बीइंग कॉन्शियसली अवेयर ऑफ आवर थॉट्स, नहीं करेंगे, तब तक वो चीज रियलिटी में आपको रिजल्ट नहीं देगी. सो उस चीज की प्रैक्टिस तो करनी ही पड़ेगी. नो मैटर हाउ मच टाइम इट टेक्स, हाउ मच एफर्ट इट टेक्स, इट हैज टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड. बिकॉज जहां आपने वो इनकॉर्पोरेशन या थोड़े से साइड हुए, ठट से you're putting in that negative seed and done. That negative seed has been sown. Uska fruit to milega hi milega. Nobody can stop that. And adding effort to effort, patience to patience, and strength to strength will never cease to develop and will at last grow divinely strong. As the physically weak man can make himself strong by careful and patient training, so the man of weak thoughts can make them strong by exercising himself in right thinking. So जो भी हमें चाहिए, I mean, anybody who's worked upon working with his own body, let's talk about the physical body as of now. So, you had this ideal image of the physical appearance of your body to be, and accordingly, you joined the gym, or you joined some dance class, or you joined some aerobic class or whatever. What was that? हर एक चीज को शेप देने के लिए into whatever is it that we are desiring, there has to be a conscious effort, and you have to be, practice it with patience and be patient for the results. I have not seen a person who went to the gym and within 2 weeks he said, "Look, check out my biceps. They have become so strong." No, it doesn't work that way. A seed will take time. If you're working on your body, it will take time. So जब तक हम उसको consistently, patiently, बार बार practice नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हम उसको master नहीं कर पाएंगे. Master क्या, we won't be able to get the desired results that we are looking for. So as you're working with your physical appearance in terms of your physical body in a gym or a aerobic class or whatever medium you have for that, that's the same way it's going to work in your life. So there has to be a consistent effort, practice, lot of patience, lot of persistence, then only you will be able to make that power of that thought into what is it that it is actually capable of. अभी तो हम सुन रहे हैं कि माइंड की थॉट में ये पावर है, थॉट से ऐसे हो सकता है. सो दीज आर ऑल नाइस टू हियर थिंग्स, but till the time we do not make a conscious effort into getting, whatever we are learning and practicing and using it in our day to day lives, तब तक उस पर्पस का कोई solution नहीं है. All these classes, reading sessions, book readings, or any other courses also you do, it's of no use till the time you do not work with yourself on what you have learned. Knowledge is very easy. मैंने भी 2 बुक्स पढ़ी, आपसे शेयर कर दी, आपने भी सुना, बड़ा अच्छा लगा, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. और उसका पर्पस क्या है? So when we started this book, I made a very clear effort to know what is your intention, what is the purpose, why you are here. You're going to be spending 1 hour for say 22 days on this book. So it is very clear we need to know what is the purpose. हमें चाहिए क्या एंड में? और जब तक जो हम सीख रहे हैं, जब तक वो हम अपनी लाइफ में, डे टू डे लाइफ की वर्किंग में, अपनी डूइंग में उसको इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं करेंगे, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू सर्व एनी पर्पस. इट्स लाइक अ रेगुलर, देयर इज अ स्पीकर स्पीकिंग एंड यू आर लिसनिंग. एट दैट टाइम इट लुक्स वेरी नाइस एंड यू से, हाँ यार ये तो बहुत अच्छा है, बड़ा अच्छा, मजा आया, लर्न अ लॉट, लर्न अ लॉट. व्हाट इज द पर्पस फॉर दैट लर्निंग? The purpose of the learning is to implement what we have learned, so that where we are right now in our life, we are able to get one step ahead and towards what is it that we are actually desiring, or what is it that is, what part of our ideal life that we have thought of as of now. Otherwise, there's no purpose. So whatever is it that we are, it is coming in our life, we need to, start making that effort to practice it, to implement it into our day-to-day lives, day-to-day experiences, so that we are able to make and benefit from that power of the thought, जो हम सारा ये, this book is all about. And it's only going to be till the time you will not work with it. Because if you don't work with it, this memory is going to fade away very soon. Max 30 days. But in order to retain it, even if you got, say, 1 lesson in a day, if you retain that by experiencing it in your life and implementing that in your life, probably the result would be desirable the way you wanted it to be, and probably the result will not be desirable the way you wanted it to be. It doesn't matter right now. But what matters is that you tried, you made that effort. Because उस effort से ही आप एक, you will make that effort, then only there will be that change in that direction. And that effort is to make that change in that choice. कि मुझे अब क्या करना है. Because अगर मैंने वो सेम चॉइस, सेम सिनेरियो में सेम चॉइस यूज की, 99% the consequence is going to be the same, it's not going to change. But if I make a conscious effort of changing that choice slightly, there will be an alternative outcome. And that's the whole purpose of this book, is to उस पावर को, उस थॉट की पावर को अगर हमें यूज करना है, तो जो हम पढ़ रहे हैं या जो हम सीख रहे हैं, चाहे इस बुक में, चाहे लाइफ में, whatever is it that we are learning, we need to implement. Because जब तक हमने वो implement नहीं किया, उसका purpose defeat हो जाएगा. और वो implement करना इसलिए जरूरी है because हमें वो lesson भी चाहिए. ये करने से हो क्या रहा है, और हमें वो consistent effort and that consistent practice भी चाहिए, so that that becomes our way of being. So when I talk about being consciously aware, that's a consistent practicing of my effort for myself also, to be consciously aware of what is happening, to be consciously aware of all the thoughts that are there, to be consciously aware of what is in my space, what is it trying to teach me, is it here to, is it here with a lesson, is it here to, tell me something, whatever is the end result. जब तक मेरी आंखें ही बंद है और सब मेरे सामने से जा रहा है, मुझे कैसे दिखेगा? I am blind to what is happening outside. So I need to open my eyes, not for the outside, but for the inside. What is happening inside here? I need to be open. My eyes need to be open to see that. और अभी हमें सब बाहर दिख रहा है, आंखें खुली है, सबको बाहर दिख रहा है, उसने ये किया, उसने वो किया, बाहर ये हो रहा है, वो ऐसे हो रहा है, वो नहीं देखना है हमें. Our journey is inward, and it's all about that thought जिसकी पावर, जिसको हमें यूज करना है. सो हमें वो अंदर की, जैसे कहते हैं ना, we need to open that eyes within us. What is happening here? How to use this? How to change this? How to work with this? That's the practice we need to do. Otherwise, this is, it's going to fade away in 30 days, 20 days, depends person to person. Maximum 2 months, 3 months. But अगर वो मैंने एफर्ट करके एक बार दो बार उसको यूज किया, then that stays. Because then that becomes a part of who you are now. With that changed choice and that acceptance and that acknowledgement of that changed consequence.